Sellers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Connolly. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. On third down, Connolly. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Fielded just inside the 30. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Looking to throw on second down. Sellers trying to lay one up deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages. You know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Looking to throw. Sellers. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. McCann's got it teed up. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing on first down. Connolly able to get this one to McBride. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Connolly. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. First and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. It's Edwards again. And he's got room. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And that game is tied 10-all in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. DJ Moore, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On second down, Felton again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, Felton. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Justin Jefferson from a yard out. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. McCann's got it teed up. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little
Queen
bit.
got hurt.
Come on. Has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sellers. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 7. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Sellers. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 4th down, Sellers. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me.
Stop playing
very
with me.
Precise, methodical is one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away,
I'll put you on that
slowly but surely, you also drain clock too in a
selling.
drive like that.
Pressy
So
told you
really
what
give
you
yourself
not
an
to do.
advantage.
I'm Rossi. We in the building.
McCann's got it teed up.